Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, on a recent video, I say recent, it was probably a few weeks ago, I think it was Mike Arts, I believe, asked, how do I make gold in Arcade? So, I thought about it, and I was like, I could make, a standard video where I just talk about how I make my gold in Arcade. And I kind of do, in what I'm going to show you today, but it's not going to be the most effective methods. This video is going to be like, lazy ways to make gold that aren't very effective, but you could do throughout your day. Will that be the title? I don't know if that's a good title. But we're going to do something along this line. It's going to be a lot of ways you can make gold without using labor. So some of these are going to involve labor, but the majority of it's not going to involve using labor. So I think for people that don't know, this is going to be pretty interesting. I also wanted this video to apply to, people in the East or pirates. I feel like if you're a pirate, you probably have a, probably know this. I don't really know. But hey, this will work if you're in the East, West, wherever you are, Maybe you're living up in Aurora and you've never come down to the main continents. But yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I gotta do to make gold is I plant trees around my farms. I've got a few farms and I use the cedar trees, which I buy 60 trees, I think, so it costs me like 15 gold. And then I plant them all, and then I make about 40 gold profit on these. It takes me like 5 minutes to cut them down. It's even quicker to plant them. And I get, I think it's 18 per 16 by 16 I managed to get down. And then I also plant like a few around my house as well. So I've got three 16 by 16s to plant on, and then a house that I plant around. That's a 40 gold, an easy quick 40 gold every time I log on. And yeah, that's an easy one to do. You can do other stuff. You don't need to just do trees, but I'm kind of lazy, and you might get a thunderstruck tree every now and then. You also get hardwood, which can sell for a little more as well. You kind of want to check the prices on that before you go ahead and sell. Now the next thing that I do is I actually do cargo runs. I do one of these a day on my 2 characters, so I'll do this on my alt as well. But the cargo run, for those of you that don't know, you come to the cargo ship, which is either in 2 Crowns or Solace Headlands. You'll hop aboard. You also you need to be in a family for this, just to make sure, because there's 20 Onyx Archeum that you get from this, which is what we're going to be selling by the end of this. Now again, a lot of the items that you get in this you can keep, and they are useful for crafting. Like this is good for your costumes and stuff to upgrade them, along with something else I'm going to be talking about later on in the video. But you can just sell them, especially if you don't need them right now. I'd just go ahead and sell them. So these go for like anywhere from like 3 gold, 80 silver on my server to like 4 gold, 20 silver. It's somewhere around there, 420. Laser, I guess. I don't know. It's around there is where the price usually ranges. So I make about, I make like, depending on the day, like you make like 45 gold profit on this as well. Because you also have to buy the pack, which is 27 gold, I believe. And then you also need to buy protection, so you aren't murdered on the boat, which you can do for gold or you can do for vocation. And I tend to just do for vocation, even though you probably should just do it for gold, because you can save up that vocation. But I just use the vocation because I'm lazy, and it means I can do it while I'm on the boat as well. Also, for anyone that hasn't done the cargo ship before, make sure you're sitting down in a seat or holding onto one of the ladders, otherwise people can push you off using the sails of their ships. This is it's a really common thing. So, most of you that go on the cargo ship probably already know, but for those of you that don't, make sure you're holding onto something or you're sitting down. I think they may be adding more seats, or they're gonna do something to prevent this in a future patch, from what I've read ahead, but I don't know when this will be in the game. Alright, next thing we're going to talk about is dungeons. So, I'm going to be talking about the normal Howling Abyss first. This is a standard run that a lot of people do for Starlight Archeum crystals. So, you'll want to come to Howling Abyss, go inside, and then you go through the whole dungeon. Well, not the whole dungeon. You go through to the first boss, kill the first boss, and the first boss will drop every time a piece of jewelry. And what you want to do is, you want to even stone this, and then you'll get a Starlight Archeum crystal. You also get, some moonlight and some sunlight along the way as well. They're not really worth as much, but it is there. And yeah, that will... I mean, they go for like 15 gold minimum. So one quick run is 15 gold and a little bit on top as well from, you know, all the extra mobs you kill. You could even potentially get more accessories in there as well. If you're lucky, one of the mobs might drop one, or the boss itself might also drop one as well. But yeah, that's something I do every day, because, I mean, you need to do that for the Haram Ring quest line. But if you're done with that, if you don't need any more Starlight Arceum right now, just sell it. You can do it. It's an extra, like, 100 gold a day. So that's what I like to do. The other dungeon that I'm going to talk about is Greater Sharpwind Mines. Now, I did a video on doing this solo back when I was like 5k, 6k. I had a divine buff at the time. I think I was like around 6k, maybe a little below. So there's a little video showing you guys how to go through that solo. But if you do go for that solo, you actually get Clear Symphium shards off each of the bosses in there, and they drop from, like, it ranges from like 1 to 3 per boss in there. And by the end of that, you can make a fair amount of gold. So yeah, in this video here, I do all 3 of my Greater Sharpwind Mines runs, and I get about 20 Clear Symphium shards, and that nets me like about, you know, 70 gold, you know, minus the auction tax that I'd sell it for. But then also on top of that, you also get a bunch of Moonlight and, you know, Sunlight Arceum crystals, which are worth a fair amount on top. So you do make around roughly 70 gold doing these runs. You can also do this in Bern Castle or any other greater dungeon that you want to do, because they all tend to drop Clear Symphium shards. I'm not sure. I have not really done Bern Castle solo. I've only really done Greater Sharpwind Mines. I could maybe do a video on Bern Castle solo, but I am a higher gear score now, which is a shame. I should maybe try and see if I can get like a lower gear set, because I want to try and make these videos for, you know, people that are lower gear score, so they can actually get through there a lot easier. Anyway, the next instance that I want to talk about is Hereafter Rebellion. Now, I've not got a guide video up on this either, but I do have some tips and tricks for it. I still struggle with this dungeon to this day. I feel like as a healer, this dungeon is actually a bit of a breeze, so if you're a healer, you should be okay. But if you're not, it's still a bit of a pain, even with my now legendary buff, which I probably should try and go for. I need to be mythic soon, because I've just had to try and get there for the garden release, so I'm just pushing for it now. But in this dungeon, there's actually Starlight Arceum shards that drop when you kill the what are they called? The mist. There's towers that you kill. So the Orst towers, the mana towers that you kill in there, will drop Starlight Arceum shards. They also have a chance to drop a Sunglow Lunar Gem, as well as the big catapults in there. There's the big enemies in there have a high chance to drop Sunglow Lunar Gems and Starlight Arceum, so they will net you quite a bit of gold, because the Sunglow Lunar Gem sells for like 70 gold, so it's a good amount, and you can get multiple throughout this dungeon if you're lucky. Sometimes you get unlucky and you don't get any, so if you don't get any, you know, you don't get any, but it's definitely worth going through and giving a go. Alright, and for the last instance, there is also the library, which you should be doing daily anyway, if you can get in. I mean, if you're lower gear score, obviously it's going to be harder to get a group. You can start your own group and see if you can pull people in, but library runs are actually really good, because you get these Abyssal Library scraps, which, all in all, you get like 3 or 4 by the end of the day, once you've done all your runs. And you can use these for scrolls, for awakening scrolls, for library stuff, or you can actually just vendor them off and they go for 70 gold, so that's just an extra 70 gold in your pocket. On top of that, the bosses in there have a high chance of dropping Sunglow Lunar Gems, which, if you win a roll on that, that's an extra 70 gold on top. So if you get all of that, that's like 140 gold. If you get one in Hereafter Rebellion as well, that's like 210 gold. It all starts to add up throughout the day. But yeah, lastly, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is having an alt on the same account. So if you have an alt and you get it to level 30, you actually have access to the Arch Pass on that character as well. And, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to having that. You have the fortune boxes first, which, you know, can give you anywhere from 20 to 1,000 gold. Never have I got 1,000 gold, but one day I'll get it. I think I got like 100 gold at one point, and that was really nice because it's just an old character. But yeah, go for that. Get your character to level 30, and honestly, you can just send it to farm for you. Just have it craft taxes. You can go on craft taxes, get off, and, you know, just keep refreshing your missions until you get use labor as the mission. Or what I like to do is have use mission, and then when I get an honor potion, I'll swap it until I get an honor, you know, gain 1,000 honor, drink the honor potion. And then what you can do with all this honor that you also get from the Arch Pass is you can buy the honor Lunar gems and sell them, and they go for like 130 gold minimum right now, which is even more gold on top, which is really nice. You're also getting diligence from these characters as well, so you can then spend the diligence on what I like to do is multi-wagon tickets, which we're going for like 100 gold prior to this Arch Pass, but the issue with the Arch Pass right now is it's giving away 4 multi-wagon tickets for free, so the price of the multi-wagon tickets has gone down slightly. What I actually would recommend is going for expansion scrolls right now, because the ones that they give on this Arch Pass are actually bound. So people that want to, you know, buy, like people that were selling expansion scrolls previously, they're not going to be selling from this Arch Pass, so you can sell them. They're probably going to be up in price, I imagine. I've not done it myself just yet, but I imagine they're definitely going to be on the up. On top of that, these characters also gain some Gilder stars and stuff, and then you can use that currency to just buy like a building or something. You could buy a farmhouse, and, you know, you can sell a farmhouse. I saw one going for like 800 gold the other day, so, you know, it all adds up. The alt is really nice to have, and even if you've got, you know, multiple accounts, you can do this on multiple accounts. I'm sure if you've got multiple accounts, you're probably putting in a lot of work anyway, so I'm sure you're not going to mind having an extra Arch Pass to do. But yeah, on top of that, there is the Curious Badges, and you could sell the Goblets of Honor that are on the Arena shop if you really want to. I'm trying to think what else is tradable on there. There's not really anything else tradable as far as I remember, except I think the Tailcraft might be. The Tailcraft might also be tradable, but that's a lot of Curious Badges, so you're probably not going to have that much. But yeah, I think that is that. Now, I could talk about, you know, doing a trade pack run, but again, it's not going to really apply to people in the East, or, you know, if you're a pirate. But like, I don't know, I've done like the Gilder specialty packs from like 2 crowns to Sol's Raid. There's some other ones. We could talk about like mole crates as well in Aurora. These are these crates that drop that from these like moles that are around East Haram. The very rare spawns, and I don't know the spawn timers on the Romanian, so I haven't really bothered with them myself. But this is how I make my gold for the most part. So yeah, that is that. I hope that answered the question, and, you know, maybe gave you a new way to make a little bit of gold, because I know some people are actually struggling with the gear score, and I hope this does gear people up, especially with the garden on the way. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to catch me on Twitch for all that stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.